San Diego, California, November 14, 2004. Two fighter pilots from the aircraft carrier USS Nimitz investigate an unidentified aircraft off the coast of San Diego. They encounter a bright white, oval-shaped craft that resembles a massive Tic Tac. It's over 40 feet long, and it has no windshield or wings.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at this guy.
And this is David Fravor, skilled pilot. He said, I am looking at speeds, 90-degree angles, stopping. Any human inside of what I'm watching could not sustain life.
We have these videotapes. We can actually calculate the velocity of these objects. We can calculate the G-forces on these ships. So that's the sea change. It used to be that if you were a UFO believer, the burden of proof was on you to prove that you saw something in the sky. Now it's shifted. Now the establishment has to prove that it isn't a visitor from another planet.
For UFO researchers, the recent videos finally provide clear evidence, not only of what the government has been hiding for decades,
My gosh. Look at that thing, dude.
but the potential reason for the cover-up.
The technology is the key. If any single factor explains UFO secrecy, it's the aspiration to acquire extraterrestrial technology. The nation that first acquires that technology is going to be in game-changing territory.
This is truly an arms race. Whoever figures this out first wins. So any developed nation is looking right now to leap ahead with a technological innovation based upon the reverse engineering of what we're seeing in the skies, what our pilots are engaging in the skies, what Commander Fravor chased.
To many, the military's desire to monopolize extraterrestrial technology is reason enough to explain a cover-up. But some believe there are additional motives for government secrecy, while others point to a general culture of bureaucratic secrecy that pervades all of government.
Some disclosure advocates say that the reason why we haven't seen disclosure yet is because of economics. That you have an oil-based economy, and clearly the craft that we see in the skies are not running on oil. They're using advanced propulsion systems that would completely transform the economies of Earth if they're ever implemented.
So, yes, it would have a negative financial impact for the wealthiest people who own the oil in the ground. But it's not the whole story.
The government seems to be completely unaccountable to the American public. They may be accountable to their superiors in the Department of Defense or at NASA or others, but they rarely release anything they do know.
I think we're afraid to find out what these phenomena are. But governments in particular are afraid. And the reason for that, I think, is because the contract between governments and their people is that governments provide security, and then we provide loyalty to the government. If you even raise the issue of the possibility that UFOs are ETs, then that raises big questions about that contract, because it's clear that the government cannot provide security for us from these beings. And that would call into question, well, why should I be loyal to the government and everything else? It would undermine the sovereignty.